this film is قضية سميحة بدران. How do you see this film? I believe that these films were during a time like Huda ومعالي الوزير, الإرهاب. These films were written for the actresses themselves. So they were making up events and showing the actor or the actresses and highlighting them more than the events themselves. And this, of course, was not very good, so we cannot call them good films, although the actors and the actresses were very well known during the very important time of competition between Nadia Gendi and Nabil Abed. They were competing at that time on the box office, and who is the lady of the cinema and who is the star of Egypt. I believe that we can criticize these films because they were written for the actresses and they did not cover the issues facing the journalist back then, because they were just making her a journalist in order to make adventures and to win at the end of the film. So I believe that this was the worst period during which symbolized the journalist or the politician. It was not a good period for the Egyptian cinema.
ما بلاش السيرة دي يا زهير، احنا جايين نسهر ولا ننكد على روحنا.
انما ايه العقد الجميل اللي انت لابساه ده؟ يتجنن. ما يغلاش عليك يا روحي ولا على يوسف. ايه ده، انت هتعملي ايه؟ والله ما هو راجع. بس ممكن اخد جوزك لفه؟
خلي بالك يا سميحة هانم، زهيرة أختي دي في منتهى الذكاء.
لا ما هو واضح قوي.
اوعي تفتكري إنها ادتك العقد كده لله في لله.
أمال عشان إيه؟
عشان تاخدك في صفها وتليني دماغ يوسف يوافق لها على القرض بتاع المجزر.
ياه، أما أنا طلعت مغفلة بشكل. طب هي ليه ما فتحتش مخها معايا من الأول؟ ما كنتش فضحتها في الجرايد.
والله أنا كان رأيي فيكي من زمان إنك طيبة وبنت حلال.
هو قرض المجزر بكام؟
5 مليون.
بقى معقولة يا ده منهوري بيه؟ تاخدوا 5 مليون جنيه وتضحكوا عليا بعقد ما يجيش 28,000 جنيه؟
الكلام اللي بتقوليه ده يا سميحة يعني. العقد ده زي ما بيقولوا ولاد البلد فتحة شهية، إنما طلباتك كلها إحنا تحت أمرك.
أنا بقى بصراحة أحب الكاش.
يس وأنا تحت أمرك.
What about the character of the journalist in عمارة يعقوبيان? It led, of course, to a lot of controversy, and I was not against it. On the contrary, I believed that if you are courageous to tackle the issues of the community, then all professions can be covered, and in every profession you can find a good person and a bad person. This applies to engineers, physicians, and journalists. So this was a good thing, although I'm criticizing the whole idea because it was taken from other artistic works, yet I am on the side of any film that talks about the issues of the community, and this film discussed a lot of issues like the member of the parliament, how he becomes a member in the parliament, who manages this whole system, Khaled Saleh, who played the role of the journalist, who leads this whole corrupt system, and also terrorism, how is it generated from oppressing the poor people, the son of the porter, and so on. I consider it to be a good film made by Wahid Hamid, because this is the style of Wahid. although he has taken it from a novel, yet he was able in the film to put his hands on the problems in the community. So I believe, although it showed a very bad image of the journalist, an ugly image of the journalist, yet they were able to relate the story in a way that you would accept. On the other hand, you are ready to criticize it and in the meantime respect it, because Amarat Yaqubian was good in general and not for the journalist. This is a corrupt journalist like any other corrupt person, whatever his profession is. If films show the journalist in this way while dealing with other issues, then these are good films. But I'm against the made-up films that talk about journalist or any other profession just to say that this is the image of the journalist. So I believe that this is a good film.
أنا ليه ما اتجوزتش؟ كان ممكن يبقى عندي أولاد، وأكيد الأولاد كانوا هيغيروا حياتي. طبعا هتقولي لي ما أنا كنت قدامك، لكن تقولي إيه بقى الهنا؟ كريستينا أنا خفت أتجوزك وآخد بعديها. أنا ضعيف قدام أي ناس، وساعتها كنت هتكرهيني، ودي الحاجة الوحيدة اللي كنتش أقدر أستحملها.
كنت هسامحك.
متهيألك. أنا مشكلتي إن كان في حاجات مهمة جدا قدام عينيا وما عرفتش أشوفها، أو شفتها بعد فوات الأوان. أنا همشي.
هوصلك.
أنا عمري ما أذيت حد. أنا ما أذيتش غير نفسي. حتى الستات اللي أنا عرفتهم برضاهم. كانوا يدخلوا عندي ويخرجوا مبسوطين آخر انبساط.
عشان كده ربنا هيحاسبني برحمة كبيرة. هيعمل لي أكبر نسبة خصم. 20%، 30، 50%. ما تخليهم 100%. ده أنت غفور ورحيم.
So I believe that this is a good film, and I think that there is another light film called Is-Sittat. I want to refer to this film because it showed the journalist in a very funny way. Medhat Al-Sabai, the director of the film, was originally a journalist. So in his film they talked about the journalist. They showed a good journalist and who was able to become an editor-in-chief, and when he became the editor-in-chief, all the people who knew him in the past started coming back to meet him, whether it is a singer or a dancer who came to him to write about her in his newspaper. So it was a light film, yet it was able to pinpoint the problems faced by the journalists, because you will find the trainees, you will find the junior journalists, the senior journalists, the editors-in-chief, good journalists and bad journalists in the same place. So this is one of the films that I remember and tackled this issue.
كنت فين يا انسه؟
في دورة المية.
بتعملي ايه في دورة المية؟
يعني هكون بلعب تنس؟
انت هتهرجي معايا؟
الله، جرى ايه يا استاذ عزمي؟ كل انسان من حقه يروح دورة المية طالما ان ظروفه الداخلية تستدعي ده.
اهو سعادتك في دورة الزفت دخل عليا ناس مش عايز اقابلهم.
طب ونعرف منين ان في ناس هتدخل وانا هناك؟
خلاص بعد 5 دقايق تدخلي عليا تقولي لي الاجتماع هيبدأ.
هيبدأ ازاي؟ انت مش قايل الغيه؟
يا ستي هنقول كده بالكذب عشان تمشي.
طيب فهمت. انا ما اقدرش استحمل الارض ده. انا ما اقدرش استحمل الارض ده شخص المصري كل شويه. لا وبعدين هنحرمه عليه شخص الميه كمان.
هي فين؟
مين كوجاك؟
لا، رامبو المنطقة.
بكر. على من نطلق الرصاص؟
الحقني يا عمي.
ايه ده؟ في ايه يا جدعان؟ مش فاكرني يا عمي؟ انا جوز الست، انا القبله. لا عايز ايه يا قبل؟ ينتقم لشرفي. شرفك؟ انت زعلتي فتحي بيه في حاجه؟
ما بيقولش عليا انا، بيقول عليك انت.
انا بقى بتخونيني وتبهدليني علشان احترم نفسك يا جدعان. طب انا صوره لسان.
We are going to talk about the funny films. Since we are talking about media, I think that another nice film is Hinedi and Hanan Turk's film جاءنا البيان التالي about the anchors. How do you see this film?
هو الحقيقة ده بيعد من الأفلام الجيدة.
This is one of the very good films,
رغم فيلم كوميدي.
although it is a comic film. And it is not just this film. I remember that in the same year, because it seems that it was a phenomenon, then there was another film, أصحاب ولا Business. This film was produced in 2011. So all of a sudden, it seems they found out that we talked a lot about the journalists, so let's talk now about anchors. But this is a serious film and this is a comic film. As for the comic film جاءنا البيان التاني, it is a popular film because Mohamed Salah was a star then, and his films came first in the box office, and his films were tackling new ideas. And it was a funny film because it talked about the behind the scenes of being a journalist and being an anchor, because not a lot of people know that it is the manager of the satellite channel who controls everything and tells the anchor what to do. And if you have someone to help you, you can be an anchor. So the film showed all these things in a funny manner, and the director was Saeed Hamid, and he is a director specialized in comic films. So it was a very entertaining film. For the first time we see how they talk about media professionals and anchors, and it also talked about corruption and problems of the community and the businessmen who control everything, who want to take power, money to control media satellite channels, and they pay bribes. And this film tried to pay the attention of the people to this issue. It focused on the danger of media, that media should be aware of the role it should play towards the people. And the same is in the other film, أصحاب ولا Business. Two anchors who were competing the whole time to make trivial programs, who would win $1,000, and they were competing the whole time how to be more popular and more famous, until one of them goes to Palestine and he sees that there are people who explode themselves defending a cause. So when he comes back with different ideas.